This is El Garagain, Cookie World of Fashion. Yo, we here with you tonight. We just came from upstairs with International P, rocking the mic with the famous 60. You know what I mean? That 60 is very, what you call monumental and exclusive. It's like listening to, what's that dude name? Not Warren, but what's his name? Ah, man, I forgot his name. The dude's like, ready to rumble. That's how we look at 60. You know what I mean? In the ring of MC rap battles. But you know what I mean? This is El Gara. We here with you. You know what I mean? Cookie World of Fashion. Let me give you a little elaboration of El Garagain's Cookie World of Fashion, what it means to us, and what it should mean to you. Cookie World of Fashion represents our display of our fashion. This is our advertisement to reach you, the community of fashion, to give y'all the not the inner secrets, but the inner detail and secrets. You know what I mean? To the sacredness of how we come up with our fashion, or the sacredness of what it means to you and I, or it means to us, because fashion is a cultural, spiritual transitioning of metamorphosis taking place. And that metamorphosis that's taking place is what you call the quintessence of beauty. And that beauty is what we call today in the nomenclature fashion. So El Garagain World of Fashion, Cookie World of Fashion, we present to you at a high pace what we consider to be fashion to us. You understand? And how we came up with our fashion aesthetics. And what it took to get to that point of discipline to make it aesthetically pleasing for the people to want to be participating in our kingdom, our world. You get where I'm coming from? A world is something that has many variables and various parts working together as one. In Arabic, it's called alam. You know what I mean? The whole community, the whole world, the whole thing. So this together, coming together, is what we are doing when we bring forth to you the red, the blue, and the green. You understand where I'm coming from? So it's intrinsic to us to be able to be comfortable and to share with you what we call fashion. And like, you know, when we looking at fashion, man, we gotta let y'all see, like, in fashion, all the fashion moguls and fashion caretakers, they all have books which give them inspiration. A lot of our fashion muse comes from our books, our literature, which can be purchased at Amazon. Now, I mean, St. John Pole Posse gave rise to the nation by El Garagain. This book highlights our sojourn in the wilderness of North America in a city called NYC, Brooklyn, the borough. Now, I mean, the planet, Brooklyn. You understand what I'm saying? So in that planet, we was able to prescribe a prescription in dosages that allowed us to tackle adversity and put us in a place of a place of serenity and solace that allowed us to become fashion superstars in this age of fashion apocalypse. You know what I mean? So the fashion apocalypse began around that time for us, and that was the St. John Revelations. You feel me? And that's the new building kids. That's how we get into the new building kids. Know what I mean? Because you know, in St. John's book of Revelations, it teaches about a new city. If it's a new city, that means it's new building. So we the new building kids. And you gotta peep that. See how we merged and understood to take steps of light to awaken or resurrect our awareness. That's fashion, and that's a discipline that's missed by our generation of, you would say, of elders or older homies or OGs. We've missed out on how to shine light communicatively to be able to build bridges. Instead, we tear down staircases, and we want to live like we back in the days when we was running around abandoned buildings. But if you ran around abandoned buildings, you also noticed that you wanted to build clubhouses. So in building that clubhouse, you really was trying to become an engineer and an architect. You was trying to rehab a thing or two. So that was the significance of building clubhouses. You would form a coalition of young kids together to rebuild. So everybody had to contribute a skill or two. You get where I'm coming from, which is a craft, to reconstitute that place that was deserted, that was abandoned. That's why you call it abandoned building. So even that moment, we weren't trying to live like an abandoned building. We was trying to rehab it and repopulate it with tenants. So we called it Clubhouse. So like, not to venture too much into it, but in 82, 83, 81 to 83, we started like going into the abandoned buildings, and we would fix it up and make dimensions of the abandoned buildings, different apartments we would make as housing that we would go play hooky when we was in 167. You know what I mean? We're in elementary school. We would go, instead of going to school, we'd go to the clubhouse. And what happened is, as more people occupied the clubhouse, we had to split it up because too many people couldn't stay in one room. So we would open up another section of the abandoned building, and that would be the other section where the other kids would go when it's over, when too many kids would come in. Because, we would be in there sleeping. I got to the point where I invaded my grandma's pantry, right? And, she had this pot, like candle burner. And it actually, I was amazed when I found it. I thought it was just a candle burner to burn oil or something. Back then, under it, you put the candle under this holder, and on top of it, you set this pan. On the pan, in the pan you put water, and it boils from the candle. I literally brought Frankfurters home with me. Matter of fact, no, I had one in G to Frankfurters from Key Food across the street on Schenectady, and I brought them upstairs, and I had made some damn Frankfurters, word, with that pot. And dudes was like, that was very ingenuitive. So it saved us from spending a little $250 going to buy Hero from Habibi's. You know what I mean? Shorty and Ali from the store. So we would eat our own food, bring out food and eat our own food. And see, that's development though. That's engineering right there in this marking of youth. So to say that, we weren't aware. It's like, I hear a lot of critics about my books and John Paul saying that we were too young to be aware because they weren't aware. But your upbringing wasn't my upbringing. So you can't try to generalize. Some people just lived like an abandoned building and didn't mind to be squatters. We weren't just squatters. We were innovators, renovators. Get where I'm coming from? Like right now, I do a lot of renovation work. And for my properties, look, I go in there, I gut them out to the square, make it a complete box. Then we rehab everything step by step. The beams, the steps. We repoint the concrete. Then we go over it. Now I mean, put the proper potential. Put the proper waterproofing and insulation. Then we put the sheetrock. But before we put the sheetrock, we gotta run the beams, and run the quarter wire, run your piping. Then you boom. You could put the rest of insulation, and then you close the walls. Now I mean, they prepare the paint. But yeah, man, so gut rehabbing, this is what we were doing when we was in these abandoned buildings. We was rehabbing them with our presence, but we couldn't rehab but much because we were little teens. We were adolescents, juveniles. We were adolescents, we were juveniles, we were over juveniles. St. John Pope Posse is when we came up out of even that stage. This is a stage after that. You get where I come from? When we begin to do our Alibaba for a thief, our Aladdin and Sinbad march, trying to get all those magnificent talismans and jewels from the different caverns and taverns and mountains and caves and dungeons, like Dungeons and Dragons. That's what we became, So like when you watch Dungeons and Dragons, that's what we were. We were hunters, like Hunter X. You get where I'm coming from? And once you had qualified yourself with that X factor, you was able to go into those caverns like Macy's, Bloomy's, Saks, Bergdorf, the Alexander, the Stern, and they all were different levels of aptitude of dungeons and face different menacing creatures that you had to fight, which were the D's. Now I mean, you had different D's that could blend in and knew how to catch you. Those were what you call the smogs. You know what I mean? The desolation of smog. They were the ones that catch you when you're trying to get them Jews, them dragons would pop up on you, them D's would pop up on you, and grab you up. So you have to be wise, cunning, like the Hobbit, you know what I mean? But more so like Aladdin, Aki, you know what I mean? He was the Aki, you know, Ramadan coming, so all my Muslims get prepared for Ramadan, get your body ready, and immense discipline, you know what I mean? And get prepared to read those 36 of the Quran, and all those who are of the Islamic faith, regardless of what facet of Islam you are practicing. Yo, read the book by Ali, you know what I mean? Read the Najul al-Balaga by the Prophet, peace be upon him, cousin or his nephew Ali. You gotta read the sermons of Ali, you know what I mean? You gotta read them. It's called the Sermons of Ali. You gotta read that. Check him out, man. He got some very interesting Jews that is worthy of note coming this Ramadan. But on top of that, man, which is on top of Ramadan, yo, it's Savior's Day, man. Serious Savior's Day. Savior's Day is this Sunday, man. Seriously, it's this Sunday, and we're going to we're making that pilgrimage to Detroit. And the reason why I say pilgrimage is because Detroit is the place that the Honorable Elijah Muhammad was found and sought out by W.D. Farad Muhammad, or Master Farad W.F. Muhammad, who came in 1930 to the wilderness of North America and revealed himself on July 4th, declaring we were the lost found that he was looking for, man. It's a lot of intricate, like, you know, on our Zodiac fast, you know, coming closer to getting towards, you know, the fast of the Nation of Islam, which we do in December, which I advise my Muslim brothers to study it, man, while they're reading the Quran. To read, they understand that it's talked a lot about the stars, Al-Najim, because the whole surah Hamza Tulatu is Al-Najim. Study about the stars, man, because the stars are stars are like ayatollah, which is an ayat, which is like a miracles of Allah. You can read the stars, and the stars can give you guidance, but it can also show you development, stages of development. Each level where you at in the stars shows you a direction or path you're in, which pertains to growth and development. And even studying the moon is in relationship to the stars. The Quran talks about that. It says it's called Al-Manzil. Al-Manzil represents the mansions of Allah. These mansions have Harjarut, which is apartments. Teaches you about the 28 mansions. These 28 mansions represents the moon. And the moon in the Kitab is compared to the growth and development of the fig. When the fig is full, right? New moon. But when the fig is what? When it's dried and shriveled, represents a crescent. So it's giving you the understanding that when you are studying sun, moon, and stars, Al-Shams, Al-Qamar, and Al-Najim, that you are studying your life itself, because a woman's development is based upon Al-Qamar too. Yes, the Al-Ard, which is the earth, swells and contracts according to Al-Qamar. And it says in the Kitab that the heavens, the moon, and the heavens, they flow all on its own course. So these courses represent our development, yo. So when we looking at Al Gargani Cookie fashion, we're teaching you about our muse, how we became a world, and how our cookie is the developmental stage of our fashion development, and how we even got to this cookie, because that wasn't our original logo. You know what I mean? But today I want to bring y'all attention. Like I said, St. John Polo Posse can be found on Ali at Amazon.com. Just type up, you know, the book St. John Polo Posse, right? Give Right to the Nation. Also type our new book, which is St. John New Building Kids, The Age of the Kraken, which gives us a second development when we became pharmaceuticals, when we started getting to become not just engineers, but we delved more into scientific, become scientists, and we started dealing with chemistry. But with that, I'm going to take a lead from that and go into the fashion of because we're coming from winter to spring now. But in that interim, we're going back into a season where we could wear vests again. So I want to bring y'all to our Kookie, a big Kookie vest, puffer vest, yo. So I'm gonna show y'all the black one at first. Y'all may have seen International P where they posting it and rocking it, yo. He's our CEO, man. Now I mean, El Gargano and Co, man. He's building the number on. I appreciate the hard work and the effort he puts in. Every ounce, you understand? Every ounce of work he puts in is added up, and it's a blessing. You know what I mean, from Allah, that we have a brother like that to be able to wanna put in so much work, man. And with that work, I gotta match his work too, man. So here we are, man, in El Gargano Kookie World of Fashion. This right here is our big Kookie puffer vest. You know what I mean? Look at the details. And we have an exclusive one too that has no collar. That's the one you see P with, which is traditional because, not traditional, but which is a high fashion statement, because even if you see Kanye in some of his videos, he has the vest on with no collar. And this is the first one we